a long and healthy life. The primary purpose of Tiger Island is to raise awareness of the real threat of extinction of tigers in the wild. Through education and fundraising, we can make a positive change to their future. The DreamWorld Wildlife Foundation is the world's largest contributor of money to the globally recognised 21st century tiger, an organisation dedicated to giving wild tigers a future. Thank you for being here and helping us save tigers.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. Welcome to Tiger Island. My name's Peter. Now, over the next 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to be having some fun with the younger girls out here on Tiger Island. We have Akashi here with Ben. We have Adira with Keith. Now, we've got Kiko up there with Simon and Carly down there with Mel. Now, this is a very early stage presentation for these girls, and we're just getting them trained up. It's always about having a bit of fun with them and using food. Now, we don't teach the tigers anything that's unusual or something that they don't do. These are behaviours that they would do every day out there in the wild. Now, we encourage the use of food to get them to do the behaviours. So they don't always get it right, but we certainly have a lot of fun. Now, you can help us out, believe it or not. If you see something that the girls do that you really like, get right behind them. Lots of clapping, cheering, be excited, and we'll all be rewarded for that. Now, we're going to start off with some milk out here, and this very first behaviour that we would like to demonstrate to you is one which we like to call a sit-up behaviour for obvious reasons, and you will find that Adira and Akasha are quite good at it. Keep going, Carly, not quite so good. But how about we give Adira there a round of applause. Akasha won't be too far behind. So the sit-up behaviour is generally used by a tiger to gain a little bit of extra height from their body. So perhaps they're walking through long, tall grass, trying to locate prey or position. Maybe they're trying to pick up a scent mark on an overhanging branch or rock. This is exactly how they would go about doing that. So with Kiko and Carly at the moment, it's just trying to get them into around about the right area for the sit-up. Eventually they'll get to the point where they'll go, you know what, I can do that, and they'll push up on their hind quarters. And then once they do that, you'll be quite excited about it, and you'll reward them lots for it. So you establish that what you've just done there is exactly what I wanted you to do. Now, the next behaviour we're going to show you here is one which we call the rise. Again, with the orange girls, they're very, very good at this behaviour. Our white girls, not quite as good at this point in time. So really it's about getting them up on a tree. So leading them up against the trees here, gets them up into around about the right position, and then starts really getting them understanding this is where we want you to be. So because we never force the cats, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. But there we go with Keith over there, the perfect little rise from one of our girls. Now, the rise behaviour, if you can imagine a tiger out there in the wild leaning up against the trunk of a tree, digging their claws into the bark, that of course is going to leave a visual indicator that they've been there. They are pretty impressive, aren't they? So that mark, you're going to let other cats know that they've been there and give them an idea of just how big that dominant male or female of that area is. Now, probably feels really nice as well, stretching the ligaments in and around the claw area, and helps to remove any dead bit of claw that might be there, keeping those claws in tip-top condition. Now, the tigers are actually capable of supporting their whole weight on their back legs. It's what we call a freestand or a five stance. Now, it is a much more advanced behaviour, something that you would be expecting older tigers to do when they've developed a lot more strength in their hindquarters. And also, too, the most important is the balancing aspect of it. You really need to understand that. Now, the tiger that can hold the fight stance the longest is going to be a more dominant animal because they'll be in a much more controlling situation of the fight. But we'll see how we go. There we go. That's a great example there. Let's give her a big round of applause. That's awesome there from Adira, Akasha. Yeah, as you can see, she's kind of understands what we're asking for, but not quite confident with it yet. So the fight stance. Now what we might do is we might bring the cats down the front a little bit closer, especially with Kiko and Carly. This is their favourite behaviour. All they've got to do is stand there and allow us to just pull their gun back a little bit and give you a look at the teeth there. So quite happy to do that. And Adira and Akasha will also as well, just to give everybody an idea of the tiger's teeth. And we also too enables us to be able to, if we need to have a look inside the tiger's mouth to see if there's any issues going on, we can do that now quite efficiently because it's something that we do on a very regular basis, and it's no stress to them, but also too giving you guys a really good look at their teeth. So there's 30 teeth in that mount there. They have 2 sets of teeth just like we do, so roughly about sort of a year of age or thereabouts, they'll start losing their baby teeth and gaining their adult teeth. But that does bring us to the end of the milk behaviours. I think they've done a pretty good job. What do you reckon, guys? We give them another big round of applause. Alright, now we've also got some horse, we've also got some chicken out here, so we're going to step the behaviours up, so we're going to step the rewards up. And what we'd like to demonstrate for you is some jumping. Now, platform to platform here, this is only 3 metres. As you can see, a very simple jump. Let's give her a round of applause. Great effort there. So now, if you combine this with a body weight, potentially as much as 200 kilos for some of the males, but in this case, she's probably going to be about 130, maybe 140 kilos full grown. That plus a top speed of about 55, 60 kilometres an hour in about 3 seconds. It's not hard to imagine them jumping twice that fast. So definitely adult tigers can jump around 6 metres when motivated to do so. So we're going to give Adira a go as well. She's going to get up there and she's also going to do some jumping. To say this is really a big training session for them. So the more behaviours we can get them involved in, the better off it is for them. And they are having lots and lots of fun. Let's give her a round of applause as well. And she's going to come back one more time as we prepare for our next behaviour. So there we go, as she comes down the front, how about just one more time we give her a round of applause as we prepare for the next behaviour. She says, I'd like to be involved in that as well, because what this is here is we're going to get one of our girls to climb the tree. Simply we're going to use a nice big long climb pole here, put a bit of chicken on the end of it, and away we go. So she knows that chicken's on offer and all she has to do is climb the tree. Now climbing trees for tigers is a very simple thing for them to do, and for us that's not the hard part. The hard part is actually getting down from the tree. So what we want to do is encourage a nice slow descent from the tree. We've had quite a few of our cats that tend to just let go from wherever they end up on the tree, and they're very big and tough, but if we can discourage that in our training, then we do that also. So you can see, here we go, Akasha ready to go. Maybe. She's thinking about it. That's all right, it only took us an hour to get... How about we give Ben a big round of applause? He needs some training as well, how to put a piece of chicken on the end of a climb pole. And Akasha's thinking, hey, you beauty. So tomorrow she'll be standing there waiting for the chicken to fall off. No, okay, so here we go, take 2. She's had a free piece, and now she's ready, away we go. There we go, so you can see momentum could have taken it higher. But this is exactly what we like to see. Using that upper body strength and those back claws to just shimmy back down the tree. Until she's ready to take the elevator. You can see she's even stopping there just to finish off that piece of chicken. There we go. How about we give her another big round of applause? Alright, now so far what we've been doing is really highlighting natural behaviours. Now this next behaviour is pretty natural, it's standing in one location. Now we use a mark board here to indicate where we would like our tigers to stand. So we start off with a nice big piece of wood, put it on the ground in front of them. If they touch it, they get food. So they start associating this board with food, it then gets smaller and smaller. But standing in one location like that, we can take the tiger's temperature, we can give them their yearly vaccinations, we can bring vets in nice and close to have a look at any potential injuries or problems that they might have. And we've even done x-rays and ultrasounds on fully conscious tigers, so really handy for their health. Now the other thing that you can see the guys doing here is moving the tigers off a mark, getting them to lay down and then bringing them back. The next step from this is actually using 2 mark boards. Okay, so if we need a tiger in a movie scene or commercial or something like that, to get them to move from one location to another, we can use 2, 3, 4 mark boards, whatever we need to do, and get them to move from location to location. Now the media work is a lot of fun for us and the tigers. However, it has a much more important purpose. It has an income. Not an income for us, not an income for the tigers here, not even an income for DreamWorld, but an income for these guys that you can see on the big screen here behind us, because these are the guys that are on the front line in helping to preserve and protect the valuable territory that the tigers are living in. Now at the moment, we're at the estimate around 3,500 tigers remaining in the wild. That's down from the turn of last century at around 100,000 tigers. Now that is still continuing today, and at the moment, if current trends continue, within 15 years, the tiger will be gone forever. So they're out there every day trying to stop as much of this illegal poaching that's going on, the deforestation that's going on, the poaching for tigers' prey is also causing some major issues. So the money that we raise here at DreamWorld goes to supporting groups like this out there in the wild. Now, if you'd like to support us in our endeavours to support them, we do have a donation box in front of the shop. 100% of whatever you put in there goes to tiger conservation. If you jump on the DreamWorld website, you can book in for the personalised programs, come for a walk with one of us and our tigers or our tom feeds. We will be offering photo experiences again in the coming months. Also too, there you'll be able to see the Adopt a Tiger program, where you can adopt any one of the tigers out here. The packages start at $20. They go all the way up to $1,000 depending on your budget, or maybe you come from an organisation where you can all chip in and help to adopt one of the tigers. But plenty of ways that you can help. If you can do that in any way, we thank you very much. Now that is the more serious side of what we do. Of course, we're also about behaviour, so let's get back into that. Now, we've got the pool here in front of you, and we're going to see if we can get one of the cats in the pool. We're also going to see if we can get a jump from the cats as well. Now, if you were here for our 12 o'clock presentation, we're going to do 2 today. Awesome. So what we're going to try and do is get them to launch off the logs at the back here at the same time. So we'll leave it to the handlers. They can just do it themselves. Normally we get you to participate, but at this stage, because it is still only the early training, the guys will see how they go. So the most important thing is getting them to lay down. And you would have seen us doing that out here on the island at various times through this presentation. It's one of the first things that we teach the tigers is to lay down around us so that we can get them to sit and hold in one place while we get ourselves organised. A nice piece of chicken on the end of a climb pole here, and we see if we can get them to launch into the air. So we'll see how they go. Again, a lot of what we do with the training is just trial and error and see what happens. And you can see that they're jumping up off the ground here. Okay, they're excited. That's a very good sign that they're keen to do the jumping. But it's very important also too that they understand that there is a pattern to what we do. We don't fast or starve our cats. If this is, at the end of the day to encourage them to do this, they will still get their main food, but there is definitely a pattern to what we do. And the more that you can get them into that pattern, here we go, here's one. You can see Cheeky coming over and trying to sneak an extra bit of chicken. So for us it's just keep trialling and keep going. They might not do it the first time, they might not do it the 1,000th time, but eventually they do get there. So there's many hours spent out here putting time into each of the cats so that we can get to this stage where they're having lots of fun and we can demonstrate some of those skills. So here we go, we take 2 with Ben. Oh, let's give her a round of applause. That's not bad. That's kind of the idea. And Adira is like, yeah, you know what? I'm not too sure. I want the easy way out here. I want the nice, easy piece of chicken. And you can see Keith's got himself a climb pole with the chicken on it already. We'll see if we can get Adira over there for him. Now, Kasia wants to get involved as well. Alright, so what I might do is I might to just finish it off there. We'll just hang around and see what happens here. Guys, thanks very much for joining us. I hope you have enjoyed what we've presented for you today. Enjoy the rest of your day here at DreamWorld. We'll keep on going for a couple of minutes. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time.